Greetings, everyone, from the Millionaire Student Studios. So, welcome to another amazing video. And in this video, we're gonna explore how global internet fortunes works. So, if this is your first time visiting this channel, you may consider subscribing for future updates. So, we are not going to do much of introductions. We're gonna go straight to why we are here. So, Global Internet Fortunes (GIF) is an entity in Kenya, and of course, is also a company operating globally. So today, we want to explore how this company works. So stay with me. I'm sure you are in a quiet place. I'm going to use my screen. So let me share my screen so that we can be on the same page together. So let me see if we are okay. I'll be using two devices on my end just to confirm if the voice and of course if the video is on the same page. So welcome to GIF Global Internet Fortunes, a web hosting and online marketing company. And we are going to cover a few things. We're going to talk about the company profile. We're going to talk about the services or the products the company deal with. We're also going to talk about the requirements. What do you need to be part of this amazing business? And we're also going to talk about the pay plan. How do you get paid and how much? And then we'll talk about some testimonials. Do you have somebody who have seen the business concept and is making money or is paying their bills, achieving their goals, dreams? And lastly, we'll talk about now what next. After seeing the entire presentation, what can I do to get started in the business? So let's get started. I want to start up by asking you a question. If I share with you a concept that can help you make a job replacing income of between $400 to $200 or between 40,000 Kenyan shillings to 200,000 Kenya shillings. Can that help you somewhere? So if that is an income that can help you somewhere, whether you're working part-time or full-time, then we are in the right place and we are on the same page. So let's start with the company profile. Before we talk about the company profile, I want to bring to your notice that we have all these entities, all these programs, all these apps, all these platforms you're already using in the social media, and they have something in common. All of them are technology driven. So today's businesses are basically technology driven. If your business does not have an online presence, in no time you'll be out of business. So these platforms, Instagram, M-Pesa, YouTube, Jumia, Uber, Facebook, WhatsApp, have one thing in common also in that you can access them using your smartphone. And when you access them using your smartphone, the only person who makes money, high percentage, if you're on this call, is the owner or the founders of these sites. How much do you make from your Facebook? When you use Instagram, how much do you make? When you use M-Pesa, how much do you earn per month? How much do you earn per month when you use WhatsApp? When you shop something on Jumia, how much do you earn? So this to tell you that if these businesses are making serious income from the internet, then you also have no reason for you not to understand and also know, learn how you can also use these platforms to make money out of them. So the GF business is also 100% on your phone. So you're not going to give you a bag of products to walk around town with. You just need your smartphone and you are ready to go. And starting with the company's profile, of course, now when you want to partner with any business or any company, there are a few things, critical factors you must put into consideration to verify if the business is legit, if the business is worth being part of. Some of the things you need to put into consideration, number one is the lifespan. How long have the business have been in operation? So before we go deep into all those factors, let us define who GIF is. And defining a company, we use what the company deals with to define the definition. Or how do we define a company? By using the services they deal with. If somebody asks you, who is Safaricom? I'm sure you will use a telecommunication company as the definition. So GIF is an online marketing company that deals with domains, websites, web hosting, and online marketing training. So we're going to define each of these terms shortly: domains, websites, web hosting, and online marketing training. Back to our critical key factors to check to verify if a company is real. Of course, part of them is in the definition of the company. Number one, we have the lifespan. So GF started in 2012. That is 12 years or 13 years as at the recording of this video in 2025. So 12 years is enough time to test if the business works or not. And these are our registration details, the government registration number and the KRA VAT number. So you can't be paying tax for conning people. You can't be paying tax for offering an illegal service or product. Definitely, the government, you can't escape the government wrath or the wings of the government for 12 years operating in this nation and even globally. So that is the first thing you check. Number one, you check at the lifespan. Number two, you check out the registration details. Number three, you look at the VAT number or the tax compliance. Is the company tax compliance? Number then fourth thing you need to also check is the physical addresses. Every business, every serious business must have physical offices. So we have our 4 branches operating currently in the country and still expanding. With our headquarters at Commerce House, second floor, next to Kenya Cinema, Longway Avenue, Nairobi, and other branches, Mombasa, Meru, Nakuru. You never know. The next branch could open it in your area. So for you who is accessing this training online, it basically means that for one way or another, you are far from any of these centers, or maybe because of the current things you do right now, you may not be able to access this training physically. That is why you're accessing it online. But in most scenarios, most people are advised to access this session physically in our offices. So when you're around any of these, feel free to access them, feel free to attend, learn about this amazing opportunity, and interact with us physically. Number five, we've talked about the registration details. So we are licensed to operate under the Communication Authority of Kenya, CA, used to be called the CAK. The Communication Authority of Kenya is a body that is mandated to check or to manage or to look out on or to know the operations of anything related to communication in this country, be it physical or online. This is the body that licenses the newspaper agencies, the radio stations, the TV stations, and the operations and checks. It's like the watchdog. So now when it comes to the internet, under the CAK, we have a body called KENIC, which basically means the Kenya Network Information Center, whose role is to now manage the .ke domain extensions. When I talk about .ke, I'm talking about something like safaricom.co.ke, ku.ac.ke, kra.go.ke. Those names ending with the .ke, there is a body that manages them. And that body in this country, Kenya, is KENIC. So every country have theirs. The international one is ICANN. Now, this is how the hierarchy works. So, under the government of Kenya, we have CAK, then we have KENIC, who works under CAK. Then KENIC now cannot register all domains on their own. So, they're given a chance to registrars like GIF, Global Internet Fortunes, to register domains on behalf of Kenyans so that everybody can have an online presence. Yes, just like Safaricom. Safaricom will not come and open an agent in your area, but they have given a chance to the individuals, the citizens of that given area. You can open an agent there and represent Safaricom in the grassroots. And of course, you get compensated for that on every transaction that happens. So when it comes to GIF, you get a government service directly through GIF. So we want to define these terms. Domains is basically that address that links you to a website hosted on the server, like tuco.co.ke. If I want to see any content that Citizen TV have posted today, when I go online, I'll search Citizen TV, but I will be taken to their website. If I wanted to go directly to their website, I'll just go and type citizentv.co.ke or citizen.digital. So the citizen.digital is a domain. Then the content that will show up, that will showcase, the content you'll be seeing is actually the website. Now, for this content to be live in the internet, we need a space where the text, the videos, the photos, and all other medias you want to showcase to the planet will be hosted. So that place or that entire process or the hosting of that website in a server so that it's live across the entire globe is called web hosting. In the process of hosting websites, we have over 120 licensed registrars under KENIC. And of course, with 120 licensed registrars, KENIC always do hold uh, yearly or annual celebrations and recognizes the companies that did well. So these are some of the awards that GIF have won in the web hosting sector. So this to tell you that you're about to partner with an award-winning company. You're about to partner with a company that have mastered the game and they know what they're doing. So we are not here to try because you don't get awards by leading from behind. So GIF is number one web hosting company in Kenya. And of course, we have other awards like that. Like these are some of the awards. We cannot showcase all of them, but this to show you that we have mastered the game. We know what we are doing, and we are about to partner with a company that have mastered the game of web hosting. So let's now talk about, in summary, the web hosting package, or actually, what do you get from GIF? What are the services that GIF deals with as at of January 2025? So the services GIF deals with, number one, you get your own domain. And your own domain is like, let's say you want to build a brand online. Your name is John, and John, you love cooking. So maybe you register a name like Cook with John or johnskitchen.co.ke. Now, johnskitchen.co.ke is the name of your website. Now, you now teach you how to create your own website or your own blog, which is basically the content. What will people see? The content that people will be seeing, you'll be either updating it on regular basis or maybe once in a while. Because if let's say I'm creating a website of johnskitchen.co.ke, definitely you don't upload all recipes at once. Yes. The way people used to cook tea 5 years ago may be different like right now. So I'll be updating those content on regular basis. If I maybe I'm going to have an information website that people can come up and learn about one thing or two, because informations get updated based on the current trends and environment and those kind of changes you will be updating on regular basis. So we'll teach you how to do that. And now we help you get your website online. So you get a space, a web hosting space. So the number one and number three is done annually. You register your domain once and then you will be renewing it after 1 year. All domains expires after 1 year. The same applies with your hosting, the space. So the domain and the hosting, you'll be renewing it after 1 year. Just like your rent, you renew after 1 month. All domains and all hostings expire after a given period, especially most of them after 1 year. So the moment you get started, you become part of us. Your website will be live for 1 full year without any interruption. You get the support, access to the training, the web design training, how to customize your website, and of course, growing yourself in the IT world. On top of that, you have an access to electronic airtime. This may not be web hosting, but this is a system that have been crafted to help you earn commissions on every airtime you purchase for your personal use and you buy for other people. Now, everybody's already using airtime, be it Safaricom, Telecom, Airtel. But how much do you earn per month from using the airtime? If you are maybe spending the least amount, let's say you are spending 50 bob per day, it means at the end of the month you have spent 1500 from using that airtime. So the question is, how much have you earned after the end of the month by spending 1500? If your guess is as good as mine, then it is high time for you to start. How can you make money using airtime? And I'll share more about that shortly before the end of this session. Of course, we also employ some quality time to teach you guys on personal development. The person you become in the process of making the money is also of our utmost priority. We teach you things to do with finance, how to maintain, make money and keep the money, how to make money working for you. Maybe you have a goal of one day you want to be driving, but you don't have the roadmap. You don't know how. You want to own a land, you want to build a house. So these are some of the skills we teach you apart from the previous ones that have been highlighted. We also give you a reseller license which allows you to tell others about what you have gotten, and when anybody buys their own package, you also get compensated in the process, meaning you are given a chance to represent the company to the world. So that company, that money the GIF would have used to run adverts and to pay the media houses to place the services or run them for the public, that money you have a chance to earn it because you have a reseller license which can tell others about it. Maybe you have a SIM card of Safaricom, an example, Airtel or Telcom, but do you go around telling people about that SIM card so that they can get their own? High percentage you don't. Why? Because there is no system which will compensate you when you do that. So in GIF, we have already created a system that will track that activity and compensate you in the process. Let's demonstrate a few websites so that you can see what I actually meant when I talk about GIF being a web hosting. So when you go to your browser, I believe that each of you, you know Chrome. You know Chrome, right? So Chrome is a browser that most of us use, whether it is Chrome, Opera Mini, Safari, and all that. So when you go to the internet, you want to search somebody's website, you'll type their name. So like my case, my website is tj.co.ke. So tj.co.ke is my domain. And when somebody type that domain, the information that will come up is the website. Now, in my website, I have highlighted the things that I deal with or the things that I really want to showcase to the entire planet. Somebody may ask, what is a domain? I have made an elaborate explanation of what is a domain on my website. So instead of spending a day explaining to somebody what a domain is, I'll simply link them up to my website and they'll read it for themselves. So this can be like your case. Maybe you're selling clothes. Instead of spending a day explaining to somebody, sending photos, explaining how each cloth was made, you can have all those details on your website once. And people will just visit your website. They can even make orders when you are offline. So your website will be basically helping you reach a wider market and helping you to do things and helping you reach more traffic and also expand the know-how of your business. Somebody maybe would like to contact you. All these contact details, all this, you can easily enable them on your website. Are you aware in your website you can actually put a map? And how do we teach? How do you do this? This is part of the web design training. Imagine we teach you a way that you can easily connect your website to your social media platforms. Somebody can easily get in touch with you through WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, email. They can even call you through your website. So these are some of the skills we're going to teach you. How do you make all this a reality? If I go to another website like this one of another person, Margaret Rambui is one of us, Maggie Shakes is one of us who started the business on part-time as a student. She has a passion on health and also lifestyle. So whenever she goes anywhere, she will post about it on her website. So you go, for example, when you go through this website, you'll notice that Margaret Rambui, number one, is working with other people. There's a launch of her team. She also have a passion about health and therefore is posting things to do with the health. Is pushing some health products outside there to the general public. And instead of doing this through WhatsApp status, which have a limited people to reach out, is doing it on website. Where website you have unlimited people to reach. Why? Because every phone will not have WhatsApp, but every phone have a browser. Every phone will not have Facebook, but every phone have a browser. And when you want to search something, do you search it on Google or on Facebook? When you want to search something, do you search it on Twitter or on Instagram? Most of us here uses Google. Now, when you search something on Google, Google will take you to a website. So this is an example. Margaret Wambui may not know anything to do with making cakes or heels, but maybe he's promoting this for somebody else. Maybe there's somebody who sells shoes, and of course, the person does not have a website. Now, Margaret have posted that, and of course, they have a contract with that person. So it also transforms to some monetary value at the end of that. We have a website like this. This website here belongs to an organization from the UK, but this website is hosted by Global Elite Fortunes, which means we don't only deal with .ke. Now, the domain extension will differ based on the goals and location. This person is in the United Kingdom, and this organization, they're talking about health. So, which means you can also get a website with us and talk about whatever you want. You can talk about your business, your hustle, your hobby. We will teach you how to do that. Get the point? Yes. Not only are we the only ones with website, we also have celebrities who also have websites in this nation. I believe each of you on this call, high percentage, you must have heard of the name Jugush. Jugush is a comedian, and for the longest time, these people have been having some issues and problems of them building traffic in their Instagram account or YouTube, and then in no time, the account is terminated or unpublished, or it is hacked, and they have to start again from scratch. Now, most of them, like Njugush, are now building a traffic on their website .ke. You can see Njugush, the domain is njugush.ke. And now from his website, he can easily promote his shows there. He can easily reach a wider market. Think of a scenario from this website of Jugush. What if you have 1 million followers? And from the 1 million, just 100,000 of them purchase this show race of 350 shillings. That way alone, Jugush must have made some good money, around 35 million. Because if 100,000 people and each of them purchase the ticket of at 350 shillings, or they buy the show. And on top of that, Jugush is also running, have partnered with Amazon. So you can see he's also running an advert on Amazon there. If somebody clicks there, they'll go to the Amazon and maybe they purchase something. Jugush will also make money through that. But all this started by him having a website of himself. Yes. So you may say, oh, for me, I don't have shows. You can talk about anything. I believe you have a passion, you have a hobby. There is nothing that can't be marketed. To finish up, I believe you all knows this website, KRA. If, for example, let's say I didn't know the website of KRA. If I go to Google and search KRA, the first website that comes up is the website of KRA, and the domain is kra.go.ke. Now, when I open that given website, you'll realize that the information I want to see about KRA is on their website, kra.go.ke. So this is a government service. And now you'll see the difference. The domain is now .go.ke, kra.go.ke. So if the government is also on .ke, who are you not to use .ke? Why not use .ke? Of course, we also can give you a chance to register international domains like .com, but we prefer, if you want to talk about Kenya and reach wider market of people in Kenya, .ke is the best option for you, because Google will recommend .ke ahead of .com in an information related to Kenya. Finish up on the demonstration part or showing you some website. I want to finish up with this website called Kenik. So kenik.or.ke is a government body. We talked about this, kenik.or.ke. So Kenya Network Information Center, Kenik in short, is a body that manages .ke domains on behalf of all Kenyans and work every day to build a trusted internet for Kenyans. So this is a standalone body that basically helps people to register and manage the .ke domain extensions. And when we talk about .ke domain extensions, there's some of them have been highlighted there. The .co.ke, .ac.ke for an institution, .mobi.ke for a mobile app, .go.ke for a government body, etc., etc. And so far, we have over 100,000 licensed domain registrars with over 120 licensed. We have over 100,000 .ke domains with over 120 licensed domain registrars. So we have over 100,000 Kenyans who already have a .ke domain. You excluded. So join the list. Register your name before somebody else register it ahead of you. Now, when somebody register your name ahead of you, then it is gone. You may not get that name again, or it will cost you more money to get that name again than if you register it, you secure it before somebody registers. If I wanted to see the license registrars, just scroll to the bottom part or at the top part here. Under registrars, you'll be able to see license registrars. And in the license registrars, you will see other companies that are in the domain registration journey. So, yes, the first one we have Safaricom. So I believe all of you know Safaricom as a communication service. Do you know Safaricom also sell domains? Did you know Safaricom also sell domains? Now you know. Safaricom sells domains. We have several companies there. We'll not go and mention each of them. You can go through this yourself. I'm just going to talk about a few names, household names that maybe you've heard about or you know about them. And of course, starting up after Safaricom, I believe you know this body. Do you know Homeboys? The Homeboys Radio. Do you know Homeboys Radio? Do you know they also sell domains? The ICT authority, the brain, the body behind the Ajira Digital Program. Do you know ICT authority? This is a government body, icta.go.ke. Do you know they also sell domains? Did you know that JTL? Do you know JTL? Jamii Telecommunication. Most of you knows JTL as, maybe you don't know JTL, but do you know the fiber guys? I believe you know the fiber guys. So Jamii Telecommunication, JTL, they also sell domains. Kenneth, this is the Kenya Educational Network. This is the body that registers domains of institutions, schools. They also play a role in doing research. When a given concept is supposed to be introduced into the educational system, Kenneth must be involved. So they also sell domains. We also have Telecom here. You know Telecom? Telecom also sell domains. Did you know that? And last but not least, just to finish up, because I'm seeing we are already at Global Internet Fortunes. Did you know that in the Kenik website, you can see GIF, Global Internet Fortunes. And here we are, Global Internet Fortunes. And those are our contact details. So we are in the same business like Safaricom, Telecom, Homeboys, ICT, men name them, JTL, Kenneth. Yes. So Global Internet Fortunes, GIF. I hope we are on the same page now. So that is to tell you that we have already mastered the game and we know what we are doing. So the websites is one thing that you must have in the 21st century. This is one thing that you don't have an option not to have a website. If you don't have a website and then a competitor have, they'll have a chance to reach more people than you. So it's better the regret of not knowing is better than the joy of knowing and now winning. So have your website live today. Yes. These are some of the domains, and of course, we have talked about them. magishakes.co.ke, coachmende.co.ke. Some of them may have not browsed, but I believe by now you have a brief knowledge of what is a domain and what is our website. Get yours today with Global Internet Fortunes. Now, our services, we market them through a concept called network marketing. Network marketing is a performance-based marketing where an individual or someone like you get paid for telling someone else about the service we deal with. So basically, you are representing GIF. So think of this scenario. You come in, you enjoy the services. Instead of keeping quiet about them, you tell others about them, and anyone who comes and buy any of the service or product, you get compensated in the process. Think of that. It's like you walk into maybe a boutique, buy a cloth, then go and tell people about clothes in that boutique. Anyone who comes and buy the cloth, you get paid. Not only the owner of the boutique gets paid, but you also get paid in return. And that person you have told, when they tell another person, you all of you gets paid in the process. Think of that scenario. How many people have you linked up to the kinyozi you visit? How many people have you linked up to the spa you visit? How many people have you linked up to the restaurant you normally visit? Where you watch your football? How many people have you linked to that place? But now, who makes money? The owner of those places, not you. Now it is time for you to start making money. This is a concept that is taught in top universities, like in the University of Illinois, Chicago. Professor Charles King. You may search his name later on Google and see what you have to say about this industry. Professor Charles King. So if somebody tells you you're doing a business which is illegal and is not taught in schools, tell them about Professor Charles King, the Dean of Faculty of Marketing in the University of Illinois. Not only is Professor Charles King or this concept being taught in top universities, but it's also recommended by top financial experts and personalities. Who do you know from here? People like Bill Gates, Donald Trump, Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki is actually an author. He have written a very amazing book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. You have also co-authored a book, Why I Want You to Be Rich, by Donald Trump. And I've written a very amazing book called The Business of the 21st Century. And in that amazing book, The Business of the 21st Century, they are exposing how network marketing is really the business of the 21st century. Donald Trump, the president-elect of USA, as of the recording of this video, is actually owning network marketing companies. Bill Gates have a lot to say about this industry. Just go to your Google and ask Bill Gates on network marketing. You'll see what Bill Gates say about this industry. Tim Sales, who was a bomb expert, left the Marine to join network marketing. Warren Buffett, an investor, top 10 in the richest people in the world, will tell you something about this industry. So if these people who are already made it as far as finance is concerned are talking about this industry, who are you not to check it out? Ladies and gentlemen, with that, let's now talk about the money part, how GIF works. So how global internet fortunes work. And of course, at this point is now the best time for us to talk about the requirements. What do you need for you to be part of us? Still here under the game plan of earning a job replacing income of 40 to 200,000. Still have that in mind, earning 40 to 200,000 a month. Will that help you somewhere? The answer is still yes. Then let's proceed. So when you become part of us, you have yourself your own website. You have yourself access to learn about blogging, putting out content, the design, and of course the social media marketing. How do you stand out? How do you get people to know more about you? And the online marketing trainings. Now, to access all this, it is going to cost you some money. It's going to cost you Kenya shillings 5,500. And 5,500 will come up with their own website, will come up with you having access to the trainings which are lifetime, you having a resale license which allows you to make money when you tell others about it. I get the point. So 5,500, I want you to ask yourself a question. If you had 5,500, which, which business can you start with it in your area? And remember, you also get a website. I want you to go on Google and ask Google a question. How much is a website in this country? I want you to ask Google that amazing question. How much is a website in Kenya? Ask Google that question and you'll get several answers. And the least amount can cost you to get a good website in this country. Ask Google that question. You'll know. And you'll see that 55 is really not the true value of getting a website. But the company have paid some bigger percentage of the money for you to be in business, to have your website live, and of course, have access to the training. So there are three ways of earning, or different ways of earning. The first one is as a customer. A customer is simply a user of this service, a user of the product. So as a customer, it basically means you are someone who is just interested in the website. You want to use your website to make money. So as a customer, you get your website. And when you have your website, you can make money using your website on different ways. Number one, you can run adverts on your blog and get paid. You know about Google adverts. You can run Jumia adverts and all these other e-commerce websites. You can have Amazon adverts on your website. You can run maybe car web adverts on your website and you get paid for that. Just like when you go to YouTube, before a video plays, you see an advert. Are you aware there's somebody who sponsored that advert and there is somebody who gets paid when you view that advert? Yes, because you viewed using your data. So the same way your data was you use money to buy the data, the same way the data will be changed into money to pay someone. If that person have never been you, now you have a chance to start the journey to being paid using your website. You can also advertise and grow your personal business. Maybe you are selling clothes, you are selling shoes, you are running a boutique. Yes, long gone are the days when somebody asking you to the clothes you sell and you send 100 photos of clothes in their WhatsApp. That is long gone. Currently, what you need to do, have a website, just like what Jumi is doing. You go to their website, you can see all the products and all the descriptions. If you use WhatsApp, if you have a friend who is selling clothes on WhatsApp, me and you, You know how many statuses they post. Do you view all of them? Some of you have even muted them because you don't like viewing such statuses. They deplete your data very fast, and maybe you don't have the time. But imagine of someone, and then you somebody can describe the cloth knowing very well that after 24 hours it will expire. So every single day you may have to talk about the cloth. But if I add the description of my website, I do it once and it is lifetime. So you can also advertise your products or other MLM products and get compensated in the process. You can get into business with someone. Maybe you're not selling clothes, but a friend of yours is selling clothes. You get into a business contract, you upload for them the clothes in your website, market them on your behalf, on their behalf, and then you come up with a deal, strike a deal on how they are going to pay you on every cloth you push, every cloth you move through your website. Number three, you can also build your brand and get hired to advertise company products. So big companies are looking for social media experts to drive traffic and manage their social media accounts. So all you need to do is have a website and start building the traffic, start building your online market, your online presence, the traffic, the people following you, and the people will now, the company will be looking for you. You getting the point? So start now. Start small, dream big, but start now. Anza sasa. In Kenya, the Kiswahili says anza sasa. Start now. So, as an agent, let's say you want to use both, you can become a customer and an agent. So, as an agent, it's basically someone who now wants to tell others about the business. You get in, use the services, and tell others about it. So, as an agent, as a representative of GIF to the global market, now how do you get paid? And of course, this model of marketing is already being used by companies like Safaricom, which pays people maybe one or two levels deep. In terms of GIF, you get paid 7 levels deep. What do I mean by 7 levels deep? 7 levels deep basically means you up there connect someone, and this person will become your level one. And the GIF will compensate you a whooping $10, which is Kenya shillings 1,000, for telling John to know about what you do. Now imagine, think of a business, you've started at 55, and every customer you earn 1,000. Meaning, your first 6 customers, you have already recovered your investment. If you open a shop or a boutique in your area, how many customers do you need to recover your investment? But the magic part of this is you don't only get paid on level one. This person you have connected the business, they connect somebody else. And that person they have connected, you also get compensated $5 level two. So it's like you connect John. Then John connects Purity. Now when Purity is joining the business, John gets paid 1,000 and you get paid 500. And you don't know Purity. And Purity goes ahead and connects maybe Charles. Charles will be in your level three. You don't know Charles, but you still get compensated. And this network will be growing up to 7 levels deep. It's like I give birth to a child, the child gives birth to grandchild, grandchild to great grandchild, and as this team grows, you still get compensated in the process. So this is like income for life. Because if there is one thing that will never stop, is people joining your team. Because the challenges and employment will still continue. People making money, but it is not enough, salary not being enough, will still be an issue. People be getting fired. We're not going to have a solution to that as a government. So this is the solution. This is the opportunity for everyone. And it's a business concept that you don't need millions of money to start. Yes. The risk involved, most of them have already been managed for you. You don't need to think about paying rent. You don't need to think about the government registration details. The company sort that for you. That is part of the benefits of being part of network marketing. And let's say you work with 5 people. Let's say in level one you work with 5 people. If you work with 5 people and the five, each of them gets five. In level two, you will have 25 people. Okay, maybe somebody does not know how we got the 25. So this is you. Then you have 5 people. Up to there, we together. If you have five, each of them have five. It's like, let's say you have 5 children, and each of your child have 5 children. How many grandchildren will you have? 25. How did you get 25? 5 times 5. So from the five people, you made 1,000, which is 5,000. In dollars, we can talk about $50. We have an internal exchange rate which never changes of a dollar to 100. So even you, when you are getting started, $55, you just get started at 5,500. So the same way you get paid, you joined at a dollar at 100, the same way you'll be getting paid at a dollar at 100. That have been the internal exchange rate for 12 years since the company began. Yes. So 25 people in level two, each of them you have earned $5. That is $125, which is 12,500. When the 25 people, each of them get 125, each of them get five to give you 125 people in level three. And from the 125, each of them you have earned $5. That is already 62,500. And these are people you don't know. Remember, the only people you know and you connected directly to the business are five. The five gets five to become 125. 125, each of them get five to become 625. 625, each of them gets five to become 3,125, growing all the way to level seven. So if you build this network successfully, by the time you are reaching level seven, and it is a team that have been growing in five, 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 each of them have their five, you shall have made approximately 20 million Kenya shillings. And this is if the business works 100%. If the business works even half of the 100%, what if you succeed just 10%? And 2 years from now, 3 years from now, you shall have made 2 million, 3 million shillings out of the 20 million because maybe you failed 80% and only succeeded 20%. And this is also if you're working with five. What if you're working with the 10? Your network will grow in a different format. Again, the point, but you don't need everyone in level one for you to succeed. The bigger percentage of people will be on other levels, and these are people you don't know. From a tiny investment of $55, 5,500. And from this team, you have also built what we call residual income. What is residual income? Residual income is an income that comes after a given period consistently. Think of where you stay if you pay rent. The person who built that house built it once. But how often do they collect rent from you? Monthly. So you are a residual income to them because every single month they expect that money from you. What if you are paying rent of 10,000? Think of a scenario if this person where you stay, maybe the apartment have like 100 doors, and from each of the 100 doors, the person is getting 10,000 from each of you. How much is that? That is 1 million per month. And this 1 million will be coming every single month. So the 1 million is like residual income. Now, how much does it cost to build an apartment? Millions of money, if not billion. Yes, billions of money, which you may not have. You may not have the millions to build an apartment. So, Jeff, I've given you a chance. This team you have built, as they continue using the services, as they continue telling others about the business, they only renew with 900 shillings per month. And as they renew with 100 shillings, you earn $1 from each renewal, which means the team I had built of 5, 25, 125, 625, 31, 25, every month if they renew, think of your scenario. What if you just reach level 4? And cumulatively, from level 1 to level 4, you shall have had around 780 people. 780 is like 625 plus 125 plus 25 plus 5. 780. What if 780 people, each of them pays you 100 shillings per month? That is 78,000. And with the 78,000 per month, which job outside there do you need to be doing for you to make 78,000 per month? Maybe a doctor. Or which business can you start outside there, and how much do you need to start that business for you to make 78,000 per month? Yes. So when you build this network successfully, you shall have made 9.7 million monthly income. You shall be making that amount. But what if you still fail and only succeed 10%? 10% of 9.7 million is 970,000. Even if you just do 100,000 per month, you'll still be doing well. What if it takes you 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or even 5 years to build a team of network or a network of people paying you 100,000 per month? 5 years ago, you were somewhere. 5 years later, you are somewhere. Are you making 100,000 per month right now? If you are not, 5 years to come, you'll be somewhere. If you go the direction of looking for a job, do you see yourself, the job you're going to get 5 years later, you'll be making 100,000 per month? If your guess is as good as mine, then this is a better deal for you, because this is an income that cannot be stopped by mandamano. It cannot be stopped by strike. It cannot be stopped by its economy. It cannot be stopped. There's nothing that can stop this income from coming in, because you deal with the people, and the biggest investment is to invest on people. When you invest in houses, something can happen. Maybe the government says where you built is supposed to be a road. Now you can't relocate your house to another place, may not be easy. Relocating an apartment, most of the things will just go down. Yes, airtime. Let's now talk about airtime. On top of all that, the third way is airtime. So we have the agents. As an agent, you have the when you earn when somebody joins your team, and from renewals. As a customer, you earn from your website, and then now from airtime, no more scratch cards. You buy airtime from GIF and get paid on airtime you purchase. You can also sell this airtime and get paid. And the people on your team, as they also buy the airtime, you also still get paid. So think of a scenario where somebody was paying you 2% of every airtime you purchase. From every airtime you purchase, you earn 2%. And from every airtime that everybody in your team purchases, you also earn half percent of that airtime. So we had used a scenario of you using 50 bob per day, coming to 1500 per month. 1500 per month, that is you just doing personal consumption. What if you include maybe five of your friends are buying airtime from you a whole month? So a whole month, maybe you have spent 2,000. And by spending 2,000, you have earned some money from it. What if you just have 10 people in level one doing exactly what you do? You have 10 people who are using airtime and they are selling. And a month, they have spent 2,000. And this 10 gets 10 to have 100 level 2. So remember, the people using airtime may not necessarily become active members of GIF. They may not have upgraded their account by 50, with the 5,500. No, they can just actually be consumers. So most of them will just be customers. But through the customer, you'll also have some of them becoming agents, and you still get compensated in the process. So if you have that team of level 110, level 2 100, level 3 1,000, 10,000 in level 4, 100,000 people in level 5, you shall have made yourself 1.1 million, 100% growth. What if you just also succeed 10% and you're making 110,000? So think of yourself, what if 5 years from later, 5 years later from now, you shall have succeeded 10% in all these ways of making money? So 2 million plus 9,970,000 plus 110,000. That is 3 million shillings. 3 million shillings 3 years later is like you've made 1 million per year. How many of you makes 1 million per year? You know, making 1 million per year, you need to make how much per month? How much? Around 80,000. Around 80,000. 80 to around 80, 90,000 per month for you to make 1 million per year. And that is supposed to be 80,000 after deductions. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about some testimonials. Do you have somebody who started the business and making some money? That is a big yes. We have people who gotten started in the business, started with 5,500, and are showing some incredible income. I'll be flying them very fast to tell you that if they are doing it, you can also do it. So the money you make in the business accumulates in your JF account from Monday to Sunday. And then a day like Sunday, you initiate a withdrawal and you receive the money in your M-Pesa in Kenya shillings on Friday. So on Sunday, you initiate a withdrawal in dollars. And then on Friday, you receive the money in your local currency, M-Pesa or via bank or whichever. Some people are withdrawing from outside the country. So they need the money in their currencies. So the company does that for you. The very first person I want to tell you or showcase to you is a lady who is a student at Technical University of Kenya, too, first year. This lady is barely around 4 months in business. And within the 4 months she has been around in business, she has built her income to at least 10,000 a week. And 10,000 a week for a student, our goal was to pay part of her school fees and also be comfortable in school. So Scholar Ndunge is one of us who is using the services and also using the resale license, building a team. What if you are a student and you find yourself making 10,000 a week? What can that help you do? 10,000 a week is like 40,000 a month. And 40,000 a month was our goal. So it's possible. If Scholar is doing it, you can also do it. Shadrach Baron is a student at KCA right now. As at the recording of this video, Shadrach Baron is a third year student at the KCA University doing a course in statistics and economics. And Shadrach Baron a week can take 10,000. Like on that given week, Shadrach Baron made 10,300. And you can see there's a difference between the date of withdrawal and the date of receiving the money. The date of withdrawal and the date of receiving the money. That is why I said you withdraw on a Sunday and receive the money on a Friday. Shadrach Baron was invited by Margaret Wambu. You remember me showing you the website of Maggie Shakes? At least now you can see. From her website, on a given week like this, she made 22,300. 22,300. Somebody made it on a week. Think of that. Do you think she needs to a job? Which job do you need to do for you to make 22,000 a week? Which job? I don't know of any. Maybe you know one. But what are the qualifications for you to get that job, even if you know of one? So that is Margaret Wambui. 22,000 a week, 80,000 a month for somebody just finished school. If her goal is to buy a land, a few days from now, a few months, in a few years, she'll be owning a lot of properties outside there. We also have a student at Kabete, Anthony Nyango. So this is inside your AGF account. This is how the money comes in. The commissions are being credited real time. And this is just what that gentleman did, Anthony Nyango, during that period. Yes. And we also have Faith Nyanchoka. Faith Nyanchoka is finished studies last year, 2024, and is now doing the business on full time. By the time of when this grade was being made, Faith Nyanchoka was still a student, and she's waiting graduation. As at the recording of this video in January 2025, Faith Nyanchoka is waiting for graduation, but is now doing the business on full time. Of course, 11,000 for a fresh graduate is some good money. Very few of them are even gotten a job already. They are going to join the jobless corner or the unemployment Kenyans, the millions of Kenyans seeking for a job. We also have Kelvin Hastings, who is not a Kenyan. Kelvin Hastings is a Ugandan and is studying at University of Nairobi. He was invited to this business by a colleague called Cornelius Onyango. So Kelvin Hastings, who is a Ugandan by nationality, is in the country to study, but on top of that, doing the business. This is one business that does not check your nationality. So if you are in this country, Kenya, and you start this business and your friends maybe do not want to be part of your team, you have a chance to work with strangers because you can make more money with strangers than with friends. So the person who started Naivas did not start it for family and friends. So you're thinking of starting this business, you may not need to start it for family and friends. Start it because of your goals. And there's several strangers out there waiting for this opportunity. Start before them. This is Cornelius Onyango I've talked about, and it now feels good when you and your classmates, you are winning together. You find an idea, you're making money, you also show it to your colleagues, you also show it to your classmates, you show it to your friends. Those who say yes, you succeed together. Those who says no, they watch you succeeding. All this is possible in this business. We also have Paul Akwayo, a graduate from Karatina University right now, celebrating one first anniversary and some months. And within that year and a months they have been around, he have built his income from 0 to 14,000 a week for a graduate. How many graduates outside there are making that amount of money? Very few. Very few. Most of them have not even gotten a job. And you can see from the grid, the incomes are from different levels. That is to also tell you that for the time of why I've been in business, you have built a team that is also duplicating and growing. By now, you know the level 1 to level 7. So somebody, for example, in level 4, joins the team of Acquire and he gets compensated in level 2, in level 3, and he gets compensated in the process. This is only possible in network marketing. Margaret Wambui was invited by Michael Karanja, and Michael Karanja, also a graduate from the Technical University of Kenya, is also doing some amazing work in this business as a fresh graduate. Most of them are still job hunting, but Michael Karanja is taking home an extra 64,000 a month. How many graduates are doing that? Most of them are barely making that amount in 3 months. But Michael is doing it in a month, which means what Michael can do in 1 month, it will take most graduates to do in 3 months. Which also means what Michael will do in 1 year, most graduates there who have just gotten a job will do in 3 years. So which one will you go for? 1 year or 3 years? Choice is yours. This is TJ George, and this is an example of what can happen to you in a month. So TJ George is someone who is currently live taking you through this presentation. So I did a very different course in school. I didn't do anything related to IT. This is something I've learned since I joined the business websites world. And this is an example of what can happen to you in a month. So if you are somebody who really want to make change, build a legacy, 54,000 a month is some good money for a fresh graduate, for a Form 4 graduate, for somebody who wants to take themselves to school. And the screenshots, the grades that have been shown are of weekly basis of a given month. Like in this case, it was from 27th September to 25th October 2024. An example of what can happen in a month. So let's go beyond. And then my invite in the business, 5 years old, Coach Mwende. Started the business from an employee, was employed somewhere in Tala 5 years ago, being paid 25,000 a month. And within those 25,000, Coach Mwende built an income from 0 to 50,000 a week. The colleagues she was working with are right now at around 30,000. But her case is already at 50,000 a month, a week, 200,000 a month. What can you do? 5 years from now, if you're employed right now, 5 years later, you'll still be employed. What will be your income? Think of that. That is Coach Mende for you. And of course, through that income, she's part of our car achievers. Somebody who started from zero, scratch, and is now driving courtesy of this business. That is to tell you that dreams are being achieved in GIF. So if your goal is driving, this is the business to be. If your goal is to own lands, this is the business for you to do. Coach Mende was invited by Camila Sconjalo, who is our sales manager, GF globally. Camila Sconjalo was from the insurance. They was selling insurance. I didn't like that. A lot of targets, work, demands, and of course, it was a lot of pressure. And decided to quit that and do the business on full time. A few years later, we have really achieved a lot. Part of it is part of our GIF car achievers globally. Let's learn something from that. If Camilas have done it, you can also do it. So we may not parade the title deeds of people or plots people have built, but I believe that's enough to tell you that it works. We do hold events. We have GF events once in a while. After some time, we have such events quarterly, and anytime we decide, we have such events. Like this was one of our events. This is the GIF CEO, Mr. Kimathi Kamunde, the one in the front there, brain behind the success of Global Internet Fortunes, and other several GIF members there. Of course, welcome to this team. If you don't join GIF, you may decide to get a job. So if you get a job as a fresh graduate, let's say they get a job of 30,000, and what they didn't tell you is is that 30,000 is not the entire money you'll be receiving. Some deductions will be happening. So if they tell you you'll be joining at 30,000 and the salary is 30K at the month, deductions. Number one is tax, 10%, 3,000 tax sorted, 3,000 gone. That is tax. Number two, we'll have the SHA, SHU, and all those chief, others taking 1,500. So 1,500 gone. Help loan, 4,000 gone. So how much do you receive? 21,500. So with 21,500, now you can start life. What is the first thing you take care of? Maybe rent, right? With 21,000, maybe you're a teller, you're a banker. So a few things you need to take care of. The very first of them is rent. And of course, where will you live? Single house? Maybe no. You are a banker, you need some privacy. So let's go for bedsitter. In a BK or small K, BK is like Karen, Kileleshwa, Kitusur. Small Ks in Nairobi is like Kayole, Kariobangi, Kino. You know them. Yes. So where do you go to with 21,000? Small K. Kayole, here we come. So bedsitter at Kayole maybe is around 7,000. And of course, bedsitter is not bedsitter without water and electricity. So water, electricity, 1,000. What is the next thing we take care of? Maybe not food. Let's take care of our fare. Your boss doesn't care whether you have eaten or not. So 150 per day, maybe your work in town. So from Kayole to town, maybe it's 70, 80. So 150 per day, per month, 4,500. So fare sorted. I don't know if they should now eat, but no. Something eats before we eat. Our phone. We spend 50 bob per day on airtime. So that is around 1,500 per month. The same around the same amount for even those who use Wi-Fi. So let's now eat. As somebody who is alone in this budget, maybe 5,000 a month could be enough for you. Maybe you are eating 150 per day, shopping of 5,000, and total deductions coming to 27,500. So your only remaining is 2,500. So what will you do with 2,500? Will you buy clothes, send home for parents, or tithe? By the way, tithe is 10%. So is it 10% of 30,000, 21,500, or 2,500? God knows you get paid 30,000. So you don't even have the 3,000 to give us time. Maybe you'll negotiate with God, and maybe you will understand. How about your parents? They're taking you through school very patiently, paying your school fees. Will they also understand? I don't know. So anyway, that is more of a journey of the broke, because every single month you go through this similar process of no money, you borrow, and then you get paid, you pay the loans, the bills, and you are back to square one again. So welcome to GIF and escape the journey of the broke job. How to join GIF? So join GIF for free, and of course joining GIF for free. So the person who sent you this link, your inviter, will say give you their username. So you need the username of your inviter, and then go to gf.co.ke or globalinternforces.com, and with the help of your inviter, they will guide you. So after this session, get back to your inviter. They'll send you a detailed process of how to upgrade your GF account, how to join for free and upgrade your GF account by paying the 5,500 and get started in the business. And of course, once in a while, the company, when they celebrate something big, we always run offers. So like currently, as at the recording of this video on 6th of January 2025, the company is giving people an offer. And offer means you have a chance to get started at less the amount, less 5,500, and have your own website and affiliate license. So make good use of this offer while it lasts before it ends. So the limited time offer, currently you have a chance to get started at 3,700. So if you are listening to this video at a far date, you are watching this video at a far date, not January 6th, 2025, confirm with your inviter if we have an offer. If there is no offer, then you'll get started at the fee that have been mentioned, because don't last forever. But right now, as at of January 6th, we have an offer of getting started at 3,700. So deposit the 3,700 to the free account you shall have created by logging into your GIF account and using the iPay or M-Pesa, and get started the business. I want you to be aware that upgrading your account is easy. Beware of con artist. So don't share your password with anyone, or don't give your M-Pesa code or token code to anyone. For assistance, just call the GIF admin. Or in case you receive a call from someone telling you they are GIF and they want you to send them some amount so they activate the account for you, just be aware that that is a red flag. Call call GIF to verify. The number of GIF admin is 0799 828282. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have our business seminars do happening in Nairobi and other centers Monday to Saturday. The time schedule will be shared with your inviters, and also detailed training of J products, blogging, web design, and how to get started, and the career growth, network marketing skills, how do you invite and build a team, and the timetable for each sessions will be advised or will be shared by your inviter for each center. So welcome on board and see you rocking in the business. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention. And you can now contact your inviter to help you get started in this business. You can now contact your inviter to help you understand the concept better, help you get started. For those who wants to get started right now, will be available to assist you. So what you need to do, get into MS presentation. So let's go beyond and let's make Kenya, the world, a better place to be. If it is your first time here, consider subscribing. Until next time, see you at the top. Let's do something remarkable this year. It's a stone cold fact we have a better way. Now let's go tell the world. It's my wish for all of you to decide to become a network marketing professional because it's a stone cold fact that you have a better way. Sablana.